What's happening, Mad Squad? It's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. Welcome to another episode of Mad Super Showdown, where we pit together two heroes or two villains and determine who would win based on if they just happened to meet each other on the street or if they had prep time. So the way these work is not versus their comic counterparts or their movie counterparts or any of their TV show counterparts. This is just a matchup between the characters in general based on everything we know from the comics and the movies and the TV shows. Okay, so this request was of Spider-Man versus Superman by JD Studios. JD, I thank you for the request, and I thank a lot of you for leaving your requests and being responsive down below in the comments of my last Mad Super Showdown, Punisher Luke Cage versus the Punisher. That first matchup is just two people I put together myself just to get the ball rolling on this series. But now you guys have been leaving your requests, and for future Mad Super Showdowns is going to be matchups that you all requested, because that's what I want. I want your involvement in this series, okay? So, in the left corner, we got the crime-fighting spider, the web swinger, Spider-Man. In the right corner, we got the last son of Krypton, the man of steel, Superman. Now, let's get this Mad Super Showdown going. So, if they were just to happen to meet each other on the street, and this is different from the Luke Cage versus Punisher. They both exist in the Marvel Universe. Superman and Spider-Man both exist in different universes. So, if they're going to be going against each other, then they've obviously came into the same universe. So we just have to assume that one of them crossed over into the other, or either both of their universes became one. So we'll just assume that in this case. So if they just happen to randomly meet each other in the street, Superman takes it hands down. Okay, this isn't me. And these showdowns aren't going to be me being biased or anything. Even if I like one hero better than the other, if the facts are there that the other one, if the facts are there that one will beat the other, then I'm going to go based on those facts, not my personal opinion, okay? But for Spider-Man and Superman, they're two of those heroes that I love equally, okay? I don't like Spider-Man better than Superman. I don't like Superman better than Spider-Man. It isn't something like Iron Man or between maybe, Dr. Fate, where I obviously like Iron Man better. It isn't that. A lot of heroes I actually, love equally. Some I do like better than others, but a majority of heroes I like equally. So Spider-Man and Superman are two of those heroes. So Superman takes it easily, okay? I get that Spider-Man has enhanced strength. His punches can kill people, which is why he holds back from punching. He has his webs. Enhanced durability, enhanced strength, enhanced speed. But Superman, pretty much takes all of that in enhanced sense. Spider-Man has enhanced senses as well, of course, Spidey sense. But all of Superman's, abilities is Spider-Man's, but on steroids pretty much, okay? Superman's sense, I believe Superman's sense is better. His strength is obviously better. His speed is obviously better. Superman is just a little bit slower than the Flash, but Superman can still travel at the speed of light, which outweighs Spidey's spider senses, especially if they just happen to meet each other on the street and they don't know each other's powers, okay? Yes, Spidey has spider sense, but Superman could travel at the speed of light. Yes, Spider-Man can kill people with his punches, but Superman can destroy entire planets with just one of his punches, okay? That's saying something. Superman has freeze breath, so he could easily just, freeze them. Spider-Man has his webs, but his webs can't hold Superman, okay? They can't hold Superman. It isn't somebody like just a regular guy, like say maybe just Hawkeye or Daredevil, it isn't one of those people where the webs can hold him. They can't hold Superman. So, and also, this is nothing professional. I meant to say this at the beginning, but this is nothing professional. This is no professional matchup as it feels like Variant Comics or Screw Attack. This is just us having a fun time talking about their different powers and abilities and who we think would win. Okay, so yeah, Superman, he takes it easily. He has all of Spider-Man's abilities pretty much, but ×5 on steroids. And this is a showdown, not a death battle. So Superman wouldn't do anything like use his heat vision or anything because they're not trying to kill each other. It's just one of them takes the other down. So, but Superman still takes it easily, okay? I don't know if Superman would give any blows to Peter knowing that his punches can destroy planets. So how I think it would go down is they meet, right? So at first, Spider-Man's not going to be throwing any punches or anything because he doesn't punch because he knows his punches could kill people. But, you know, he'll maybe try and maybe kick or just do some things to Superman, realizing that Superman's just standing there with his arms crossed. Nothing's happening to him. Spider-Man might start throwing out the punches. And even when he sees that his punches ain't doing nothing, then he's probably just going to do a tactical retreat. What I mean by that is he'll just, start swinging around with his webs, try webbing up Superman maybe in the face and stuff like that. But his webs can't hold Superman, so I pretty much think Spider-Man would do a tactical retreat. Superman being able to fly at the speed of light, his enhanced strength. He would easily just get to Spider-Man and pin him down. Okay, that's just simply how I see it happening, especially if it's not a death battle and just a showdown. I see Spider-Man taking a tactical retreat after seeing that he can't do anything to Superman. Superman easily gets him, just pins him down. Okay, that's just how I honestly see it going. Now with prep time, let's talk about this. I'm not going to say who I think will clearly win, how I did with it if they met on the street. Because with prep time, Peter's really book smart. Peter is really book smart. Okay? He made his own suit, as we saw in the comics and the different movies. For the movie that I'm going to go for Homecoming just because I feel is the best version of the homemade suit that we've seen in live action because he had the expressive eyes and stuff. He made that himself out of scrap parts from a junkyard. He made his own web shooters. He made his own web fluid. He made the formula for his web fluid. We even saw that in the movie. Okay? So, Peter Parker is very book smart. I'm not sure how smart Clark Kent is. I know he does investigative work because he is a journalist. Works for the Daily Paper. He's a journalist. He goes out, investigates, gets stories and stuff. So he definitely is smart. I don't know. I think Peter might be smarter than Clark. I really do think he's smarter than Clark. And this preparation would pretty much just consist of each hero or each villain searching and studying their strengths and their weaknesses so that they could take them on in a battle. So Spider-Man, he would eventually, be researching, studying. He would eventually come across that all Kryptonians are weak to kryptonite. I don't think he would make any weapons to kill him because this is a showdown, not a death battle. He'll just do things like how Batman did in Batman v Superman. He made the grenade launcher, like the kryptonite grenade launcher that launched the smoke bombs. Spider-Man probably wouldn't even have the grenade launcher. He would just make bombs that he could throw because Spider-Man really doesn't use any type of weaponry, so he'll just make handheld, smoke bombs of kryptonite. How would he get it? Well, remember, it's Spider-Man versus Superman, so one of them either crossed over, either both their universes came together for them to face each other. So let's just go with both their universes came together. And Since they're both in the same universe now, is all crossed and jumbled together. Kryptonite is now accessible in the same universe that Spidey lives in. So I assume he'll just search where some is. I don't know. He'll just search where some is. He would go there, and I'm not sure if Spidey does anything like stealing or anything, but this is kryptonite and it's to take down Superman, so I assume he would. So let's just assume he would find out where kryptonite is, go there, take the amount that he needed to make his weaponry, and he would be able to make good weaponry because remember, he made his own Spidey equipment, his own suit, his web shooters, his web fluid. Okay, so he can, make stuff on his own. Superman, on the other hand, thing is, even with prep time, Superman is still stronger than Spidey. Superman is still stronger than Spider-Man, so I guess there's not even much to research about Spider-Man besides, I don't know, maybe finding out his identity or something, but even then, that still doesn't help much because it isn't like Superman would take anybody hostage of anybody close to Spidey hostage in this battle, so there's not really much research to do on Spider-Man. And even then, when he finds out all his strengths and stuff, Superman will still realize that he's still stronger than Spider-Man by like 10 times. So really, Spider-Man is the only person who really needs to do research on this alien from another planet. So after Spidey's made his, smoke bombs, just any weaponry and stuff that he needs, they meet up and they battle. I still think Superman could easily take Spider-Man because he's stronger. He's stronger. He could travel at the speed of light. Spidey's webs can't hold him. Superman has freeze breath, which can hold Spider-Man. The only way I can see Spidey really winning is if he uses the kryptonite smoke bombs that I was talking about. They meet. Spider-Man now knows Superman's only weakness. Spider-Man's ready, so he wouldn't try punching him. He wouldn't really try doing much because there's not much he can do to hurt Superman. So he's pretty much just gonna, I assume like swinging around on his webs and stuff, while Superman's trying to get at him. He throws those smoke bombs. Superman, if he throws enough to where, cause see, here's the thing, even when he throws them at Superman, it's not just gonna kill Superman. It's not just gonna, one bomb isn't just gonna render him not able to get back up. As we saw in Batman v Superman, it only lasted for a little bit, so even then, after that happens, Spider-Man has to see what he can do next. Like Batman, after he did the bombs to Superman, he did some other stuff to try and render him not able to get back up. But Spider-Man, I get that Spider-Man's stronger than Batman, but still, he can't punch him. His webs can't hold him. Even if he webs him after he's down from the kryptonite, he could still just break it, So I feel he would have to get enough bombs on Superman to where he can't get back up, to where he's rendered unconscious. But even then, he can't die. So I don't think it would be enough. Even though Peter's smarter, even if he made the kryptonite smoke bombs, I still think Superman takes this. I still think Superman takes the cake. After he gets back up from the bombs, he's just going to get Peter and pin him down easily. That's just how I see it. I know there's not much to it, but there really isn't. Okay, Superman, like I said, he's stronger. Spider-Man's webs can't hold him. Superman has freeze breath. Superman pretty much has all of Spidey's strengths except on steroids. Superman only has one strength, and even then, he can't die. Well, he can die from it, but Spider-Man doesn't make weapons that kill. So it'll just be the bombs, and he's not going to die from that. So Superman just takes the cake easily. Superman takes this. With prep time or with no prep time, no matter how smart Peter is, Superman takes this. Superman wins both ways, okay? That's just how I see it. But I want to know how you see it, okay? After all these battles, after all these showdowns that we do, I want to know your opinions in the comments of who you think would win, and give me an explanation of how they'll win. I gave you my explanation. Give me your explanation of how you think either of them would have won, okay? That pretty much wraps up this episode of Mad Super Showdown. This was Spider-Man versus Superman. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave your requests down below for the next episode, Mad Super Showdown, who we have going against each other next. If you enjoyed this video, there are 2 like buttons. Be sure to fingerprint the button with the thumb pointing up. Links to all my social media will be down below in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, please share it to anyone you feel would enjoy these kind of superhero mashups. If you're new around here, tap the subscribe button, ding on the notification bell to join the Mad Squad on our journey to 10,000 subscribers. My name's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. I hope you all have a marvelous day. Mad out. Mad. Strong. Together.